Hello there and welcome to another Bo Beats video. My name is Bo and today we are checking out something new here. We're checking out this one. It's not actually new. It's actually been in several of my videos. I have the prototype of the Black Hole DSP2 in the rack at the moment, and this is the full version that they've sent over. I've been testing the prototype out for a while. So in today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to try and make some really cool sounds using the MATRIXBRUTE, probably some polyphonic stuff, trying to make pad sounds using the MATRIXBRUTE. Putting them through the Erica Synth's Black Hole DSP2 and maybe some other stuff on the Eurorack as well. So first off, let's make some big sounds on the MATRIXBRUTE, polyphonic action, and then put it through the Eurorack and see what happens. So first we're starting out with the MATRIXBRUTE raw, and it does sound quite dull. The MATRIXBRUTE is set to its paraphonic mode, and that means that you can play the individual oscillators as individual notes, so up to a 3-note chord. For these examples, I'm not really doing anything advanced with the MATRIXBRUTE's matrix. I'm relying heavily on the MATRIXBRUTE's 2 filters to shape the sound, and I'm also using the filter envelope a lot. But it's a pad sound, so you need some effects on it. Let's add delay. And to make an even larger pad sound, I sent the first black hole into a second one, just adding even more reverb. And next up, I tried to use the filters of the MATRIXBRUTE creatively. I set them to parallel mode, and I sent one of the 3 oscillators into its own filter. And using high resonance and the filter envelope, I managed to create some almost jungle-like tones. One of the reasons I started with Eurorack was to build a Eurorack effects rig. For this setup, I'm relying pretty heavily on the Befaco Rampage for modulation, as well as the Black Hole DSPs in order to affect the sound and create those lush pad sounds. The Rampage is used as a sort of LFO in order to control the crush effect of the Black Hole DSP. This gives the sound this sort of vibrato effect, but I'm also using one of the outputs from the Rampage to modulate itself. Using this kind of modulation, I'm actually changing the rate at which the crush effect is being modulated, and this change occurs over time, so there's a bit of variation to the modulation. The output of the Rampage is sent to the Maleco attenuator, and this means that I have control over the depth of the LFO that is being sent to the crush effect. And if I'm not totally mistaken, the crush effect is some kind of bit reduction effect, so it will change the pitch of the sound a bit. So when I send the LFO to it, you get this sort of vibrato-like sound. Next up, let's listen to a sound without effect, and then let's add some just to show you the difference. using the crush effect to pitch down the sound, you can really create some new and interesting textures. Now next up, let's listen to some more quick demos of pad sounds with the MATRIXBRUTE. So can you use the MATRIXBRUTE to create some lush, interesting pads and textures and chords? Definitely. And of course a pad doesn't need to be a chord. I just thought it was more fun to show it off that way because it's not really the sort of intended use for a MATRIXBRUTE. The raw tone of the MATRIXBRUTE is sort of dull, and the on-the-board effects of the Matrix doesn't really lend itself well to those sort of lush soundscapes that I've tried to show you today. But adding an external effects unit or Eurorack effects does make a lot of difference, and I still think that there's something to the tone of the Matrix that comes through on these sounds. So thank you for checking out this video. As always, if you want to support the work I do here on YouTube, I put in a ton of hours. I think I made like over 21 videos this summer. You can go to patreon.com/bowbeats and become a member there. So thank you for being here. Hope to see you in the next video. Video. I don't know.